Anchorage, Alaska. A handshake that could shift the balance of global power. Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin met face-to-face for the first time in 6 years. Behind closed doors, the fate of Ukraine, NATO, and global security may have been rewritten. But what really happened inside that room? To understand why this meeting matters, we need to rewind. Trump and Putin last met in 2019, before the Ukraine war, before NATO's massive expansion, and before Russia relations hit their lowest point since the Cold War. Since then, the world has changed dramatically. Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022. The US responded with sanctions, military aid, and unprecedented NATO unity. But Trump's return to the White House in January 2025 opened a new chapter, one where diplomacy is back on the table, but with unpredictable terms. The meeting took place at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson in Anchorage, neutral US soil, but far from Washington politics. Reports suggest the talks lasted over 3 hours. At the top of the agenda, a ceasefire in Ukraine, sanctions relief, nuclear arms control, and security guarantees for Eastern Europe. Sources inside the diplomatic teams say Trump pushed for an immediate pause in fighting, a move that would freeze current battle lines, leaving Russia in control of occupied territories. Putin reportedly demanded the lifting of key economic sanctions and limits on NATO expansion. While official transcripts are scarce, cameras caught enough to spark speculation. The handshake, firm but brief. Trump leaning forward, smiling more than Putin. The Russian president's expression, stoic, calculating. Analysts say these subtle cues matter. They reflect leverage, confidence, and underlying tension. Trump hinted that a follow-up meeting could include Zelensky, a potential three-way negotiation that hasn't happened since the war began. Whether this is the first step toward peace, or just a pause before more escalation, remains uncertain. But one thing is clear, the Trump-Putin handshake in Alaska has already altered the geopolitical chessboard. History is rarely made in a single meeting, but sometimes the ripples from that meeting reshape the world. What happens next will depend not just on Trump and Putin, but on every leader watching from the sidelines. We'll be following every move, because the story of Alaska is far from over.